Hi, everybody. I saw you were all popping in, so I thought I'd pop in. Hi, Ellen. Hi, Francie. Hi, Melissa. Hi, Walter. Hi, Melissa. Melissa, if I said that, I think I said hi, T. I just waiting for my camera to kind of catch up here. How you guys all doing? Happy Wednesday. There we go. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, everybody. If I missed it, hi, Melissa. Hi, Walter. Hi, Ellen. Hi, Francie. Hi, Christy. Hello, everybody. Weather's better today, so we're all good. Hello, Heather. I better turn my TV down so I can actually hear myself and not hear that. There we go. All right, I'm going to get the remote out of the way. All right, guys. Last week, you were giving me crap about my wedding card notes. We're going to make a wedding card. I don't know what we're going to do, but we're going to make a wedding card. I don't need a wedding card, but we're going to make one. Hi, Jen, neighbor Jen. We're going to start with showing a few of the cards I made this last weekend using the succulent and cactus stamp sets. So I shared one today, and this is the one I shared today. And let me switch my cameras around so you can see it. Go to the desk. Come on, there we go. All right, so this is the one. Hello, Don. Yes, wedding card. So I made this card using the succulent and cactus stamp set, and yeah, wedding card, and some masking paper. And then I colored it using some of the chroma mists, the succulent chroma mists. So I thought I'd show you. Thank you. Hi, Annie. Yeah, look at all the shimmer and shine from the. And then the design team has seen these, but you guys haven't yet. Thank you, Ellen. So I kind of went a little different on this one. This one uses the With Thorns stamp set and the succulent embossing powder, so you can kind of see it there. And then I just watercolored a couple of the succulents for this one. And this is lunch bag and cabbage, or phone book and cabbage. And then I have a shaker card where this is the sandstone embossing powder underneath. And this is again the With Thorns and then I colored it with a variety of different greens. I don't even remember if I used what I used. I just colored it. I colored them over and over and over again. So, and then I used some of the jade gems on the inside. And this is the ribbon from the box. And this paper is one of the terrarium pages on the other side. Oops, let me go over to the side here a little bit more because I see it's. Thank you, you guys. And the last one was a mini slimline card. And this came from an oopsie. And I wanted to say this because I had stamped out the With Thorn stamp set on Not Your Mama's, and I heat embossed it with icicle, and I moved it. So when I went to color it, one of the corners had um has horn thorns or it bites. It wasn't perfect, so I just colored the whole thing. Hi, crazy cat lady. And I cut it off and cut pieces, and then I just kind of stuck it on, and I used two of the pieces that colored well and stamped well, and I threw the piece away that didn't stamp well. So I just decided, no, yep, exactly, creative opportunities. It wasn't really an oopsie. I was just so disappointed that I moved it in my Misty. It was my fault. So, all right, guys. So we're not using all of this, but I wanted to say here is a bunch of stuff that I found that would work for wedding cards. I went through the website, and the Happy New Year stamp set was still available. There was only a few left. So this one, you could use this champagne if you wanted, and the bubbles. There was only one left of the bunches of love, and I thought this would be fun that you could give if it was a girlfriend in particular, because you're giving them lots of flowers. We'll pull the stencils off to the side. Tonight we're going to use this one. This is the Bright Days. Hello, Michelle. And I don't know if the die set's available, but the stamp set is still available for sure. This was from Create Your Own Ending last year. We're going to use the diamond. I actually pulled this one out from the Theater Icons box because we got a little bouquet of flowers that would work depending on what you're using as an accent. And of course, there's the matching dies. You've got your flower stamp sets, sentiments of lace. These would all work. Valentine's Day tags. I'm going to put some of those away because we're not going to use those. The Valentine's tag is in stamp set, and I liked the You and Me Forever or the Lovebirds. Lovebirds would work really well too. So I thought that just, that would be an option. And then I grabbed this one because I thought the sprigs might be nice. And these are the leaves, but these might be nice if you were going to make a bouquet of flowers to heat emboss those. Same thing. These are all, like I said, in stock. We've got some flowers here for the sentimental spring. This is back from the vault, and it's called Homegrown Happiness. And then we're going to use the congratulations on your wedding day stamp from the occasional tags. Okay. So we're going to play with some of that. And then I grabbed like the Zig Heart stencil. There's the Sending Love stencil, the Heart Attack stencil, the Happiness stencil, the Fallen Heart stencil. So there's lots of stencils if you're looking for some stuff for that. So, but I think we're just going to kind of play tonight and see what happens. So, oh, I missed. Oh, what was Ellen? Was it you're commenting on the horns and thorns? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I just want to make sure. So, anyway, so we're just going to kind of play tonight and see what happens. Hello, Penny. Oh, pre-K graduation. That's awesome. We're going to stamp some stuff out. I'm going to go a little crazy tonight. Hi, Deb. And I'm going to use a stamping block and kind of go a little crazy here. I'm going to use silver, I think, tonight. No, I'm going to use gilded. We're going to use gilded, and we're going to just start. But we're going to start by using like fairy dust with this diamond, and we're going to make just a quick background. Like I said, I didn't have any thoughts of how this card was going to come together other than grabbing a few things that were in stock and giving some ideas quick, and thought we'd have fun and see where it takes us. So I want to grab my gilded so it's handy. And then, so we're just going to stamp this out. I'm hoping that it stamps well. I'm not terribly worried about it because it's just going to be a background. We're just stamping a bunch of these little diamonds everywhere. This isn't going to be your traditional like love and butterfly flowery card. I don't go to many weddings. So I don't need a lot of wedding cards, but I thought we'd go for it and just try to make it fun with what I had. Because I very, very much want you guys to start thinking, use your stash, use something that you might not have had. And then of course, if you don't have this and you love it, go get it. So there are little diamond shiny things on here. And I thought we're just going to have some fun with this. Yeah, I know. I didn't want to move it 1,000 times for the Misty, so that's why we're using the Stampin' Block. And we're just going to kind of go for it and see what happens. I just want to make a background to start and just go. Okay. I don't remember. It was somebody asked a while ago about a wedding card, and I wrote it down, and I kept putting off. I haven't ordered there's a tuck stamp set and the special day stamp set, and they're in my cart. I keep adding to my cart, taking them out when I'm bored and stuff. I know now the Post-it's going to stay there for tonight because it's keeping you from being blinded by that light. I'll cover it up with something. But we're going into wedding season, so we're going to go ahead and stamp this out. And I think the big thing with a wedding card is the colors. If you're making them in advance, I'm sorry, I don't know if you can hear me. I think oh gosh, let me think about it for a minute. Now I stamped this one kind of close to each other, which is okay. I think the big thing you have to do when you do a wedding card is you have to decide, are you going to make just a, if you're making them in advance, are you making just a generic wedding card? Um, or are you going to use the colors if you know their colors? Okay, I wanted to make sure. I wasn't sure. Because if you know the colors, then you can specialize it just for the person, you know, if it's a family member or something like that. But if you don't know, then maybe just a generic. You can go with whites and light colors and golds, silvers, grays, whites. They were not super close. I mean, really, the thing is that there was supposed to be one headed right at us last night, like literally right at us. It was in Manchester, which is about 40 minutes from here, southeast. And it's like going this way, it's getting to Guttenberg. It'll be there at 7:10. 7 o'clock came around and they're like, blah, blah, blah. And it hadn't moved. So I think so. It kind of 20 minutes south or so, but never ever in danger. And then about 30 minutes northwest of us here a little bit. So we were outside for a while. The dogs started barking, so then I took them inside. And then he was whining, and so then I took him outside. But we mostly got some strong wind and a bunch of rain, like really heavy rain. But it rained. We had 5 inches of rain yesterday, basically. So thank you. So it was just one of those things. But about 6 miles south of town, we have a Mississippi River Valley, and you can barely see me. That just kind of goes like this, and it's this. It's called the Turkey River, and it's a little tributary that goes into the Mississippi. And I feel like once things kind of hit that, it goes off to the river instead of keep coming north towards Guttenberg. So I was, kind of nervous a little bit that it was going to hit, but it ended up not. So yeah, it was a lot of rain. There's a lot of flooding in the areas and the rivers. So, okay. So, well, we needed the rain too, Melissa, because we've been in drought area, but now it seems like we're going to be okay. So I am going to clean this off briefly. Now I kind of stamped that a little tight right there, but that's okay. I'm not going to worry about it too much. Perfection is overrated when you're making something handmade, right? So now this is where I'm going to kind of stray a little bit. Well, no, I'm not. I changed my mind. Let me grab my spot box. This is aqua pigment paper, and I love the ornamental gold so much, and it's just a pretty color. So if you don't know the colors for your wedding, you can just add this. And I mean, I'm going to try to show it to you. It just adds that little bit of sparkle. But what else I'm going to do is, well, first I'm going to do this. It's a little trick I learned from a friend at watercolors, is spray the backside with water. Is I just took some aqua pigment pearl and I have it in a spray bottle. And I just shook it up a little bit and I kind of sprayed it. It's a little bit lighter than the pearl shimmer mist. That's why I grabbed that, because I wanted the shimmer, but not the color. So I've got that, and that is going to be kind of our shimmery, shiny background. Now, it doesn't mean we're going to use this whole thing. No, that was just aqua pigment paper. That was just aqua pigment. It's just pearl aqua pigment. You always have to have that, Melissa. But I will tell you, when you need to place the next order, if you don't have the ornamental gold, grab it, because it just makes the lightest color, and you can spritz it on any color, and it really doesn't give you it's got a little bit of a gold, but it's got a very shimmery color, so it's very fun to use. We're just gonna kind of heat this up a little bit. Thank you. We talked about the weather a little bit. What are we gonna do? We're gonna go in the basement. But we kind of talked about the fact that we don't want to have the house fall on us and we'll be stuck down there. So we were just going to go in the closet if we really had to. But, because that's under the stairs. So there, we just have quite a little bit of a background. I mean, you could just spray a background with that ornamental gold and then, do like a light gray, very, very light gray with one of our stencils. and spray that little mint gold and you'll just get the color. So it's very faint. It's a lot easier to see in person, but it's just nice. So we're going to set that aside. Let that dry a little bit because I did have a few other items that I wanted to show. I wanted to point out that this is the occasional tags. There is a wedding ring for this die set. So yes, light gray would be very pretty with that. And while it's drying, we can actually do that. So let's just grab a piece because we can make more than one card, right? I'm going to grab a piece of Not Your Mama's. I used that the other night. I kind of hoard it and I'm like, why are you hoarding this paper? It's amazing. And love it. It does. It plays really, really nice. And I like a sparkle that you don't necessarily, you see the sparkle, but you don't necessarily see the color. So I'm going to go ahead and cut these down into card panels so that I have them ready to go. Measure once, cut, or measure twice, cut once, right? And let's do a light gray. I'm going to grab a stencil and we're just going to do the kind of the same thing. This is the laced stencil. And I have a stick and stamp mat right here. I know, 3 cards. That was fat. That was a lot for me last week. I did cheat a little bit though, right? Because I think some of it we had to done ahead of time. I'm not doing it. I really wasn't planning on doing a lot of die cutting tonight. I thought maybe we'd try to go away with it. I'm going to grab Wolf is the gray ink. I do like the Gina K ink, Soft Stone, I think is what it's called. Not for me. I don't have a kitty unless there's one outside. I have a puppy, but he's outside. Being a good boy. We're just going to go real light with it just so that it gets, I don't care if you see the gray so much, but just give it so it's not so white. Well, yeah, no, I don't say cheat. You guys don't always necessarily want to see me color and cut in an hour. I mean, that can take up a lot of the time. You want crafting time. That's what I guess I mean. And then I think what we're going to do is we're going to use that little bit. I just did a light color. It's very, very faint. We're going to go ahead and spritz it with this ornamental gold. So let me grab my box out again. Just kind of spritzing it all over. Another way you can spritz, which is hard to see, I'm going to switch my camera back around. I'm going to show you guys another way a spritz, if it lets me switch it. Come on. Another way you can lightly spritz something. Come on, camera. Oh, I know. I haven't bought the embossing powders either. The new ones. I saw them this morning and I was in love with them. Okay, so another way you can get a light mist, and I'm going to kind of go off camera, is to just spritz the air and go like that. It's very fast. And then you can get just the lightest of mist, and of course now it's all over me. But I like to spray it from above in a to be honest with you, in a splat box. So especially this one. I prepare, you're right. Okay, are we ready for the big reveal? Actually, we're going to kind of wipe off the sides here a little bit first so I don't get it everywhere. And it's okay if the spritz goes around, but look at that. Look at how pretty beautiful that is. And you could do that with any of the stencils. But look at how what a nice light background. Ellen, virtual, I'm assuming. I did sign up for the in-person. I did pay for shipping just in case Mother Nature decided to, rear her ugly head and tell me I can't go. But who am I fooling? I'm gonna probably buy way too much and have to ship it home anyway. So yeah, so that's that little bit. I mean, look at how pretty that is. There's that little bit of gray, but that little bit of gold, and it's super shimmery. I mean, it's hard to see it, but I wanted you guys to see that. That's fun. So we've got these 2 little fun backgrounds, and now we got to decide what we're going to do with them. I think we're going to go ahead and do a tiny bit of die cutting. I'm going to cut the rings out. And we're going to go ahead and cut them out and we're heat emboss those. So let's grab, I'm going to grab, I think I have a small piece of Not Your Mama sitting here. Not that one. There's a piece here somewhere. It'll be fun. It's the virtual party. I ended up only getting to attend for like 30 seconds last year because my boss had our work party. But it was good when I got to see, and the goodie bag was definitely worth it. So, but I definitely want to try to get there this year because, you know, it's what I asked for Christmas. Yeah, you'd have to drive for a very long time. Okay, so here is what it looks like. Yeah, Francie, that isn't that, and if you can tell, this was the back of a piece of something I messed up. So, this is the occasional. I mean, there's a heart. There's all sorts of stuff. There's a gift tag pocket for this. So we're going to go ahead and heat emboss this. I know, isn't that exciting? I told Walter I couldn't wait to meet him. If it works for both of us. All right, grab our gilded. Francie, I'm going to use tweezers this time. Yes. Yep. Yep. I mean, I should be able to have no problems because our weather tends to not be that time of year, that, you know, not that bad. Now, if you, depending on what it is, I mean, maybe you're different. You can do sterling. You could do the rose gold. You could do the penny. I am doing gilded just because I'm kind of traditional that way. We're going to do it in a couple steps. So it is December 7th. It's a Saturday. And there's a limited number of in-person spots. And then you can also do it virtually. And then, well, this is kind of hot. I'm going to dip it right back in there because I can get a double whammy on it. Okay, there we go. So if oh yeah, Lori, duh, that is you. Hi, Lori. Welcome to, I was noticed in the coast to coast, but I didn't see that was you. I have to remember, sometimes I forget that stuff. So I think I'd like to make another wedding card. I'll probably do it off camera, and this weekend, I got, 3-day weekend, barring I don't have to go home and see my dad. But do some with some of our dies that we have, and then I'll share it step by step. So, all right, we're gonna do one more little dip here. Oh, it's not liking that. I might have to dip it. Yeah, they are selling fast. They were selling fast last year because it's fun to, it was a fun little like package to get and kind of a fun thing to do and to celebrate. Okay, so my dad is okay. He's not great. I know some of the next month is Ani's birthday and the Pride box and the inspiration box. July is create your own ending, Melissa. So and then the anniversary party's in December. So we got our little things. But Francie, you're asking about my dad. He is weak. He's okay, but he's 80 years old, and he did have a good report with the doctor, his podiatrist today, but it's kind of a touch and go situation. And thank you. Yeah, my sister's going to let me know on Friday if she thinks I should try to come up this weekend. I mean, I talked to him yesterday. I'll talk to him on Friday. I saw him in March. But he's struggling a little bit. So unfortunately, but he is 80 years old, so I'm lucky that he's lived that long and and things like that. So It's just we've got a couple of blows that have kind of happened this way. Thank you. Yep. So, and he's struggling to life. He's not at home right now, so he's struggling to um, get used to a new norm, to get better, to be able to go home. So, I think you guys, it's there. Hi, Shalana. Thank you for coming. You're fine. We're just kind of playing a little bit. I am going to cut this down a little bit. I'm going to cut this down a little bit more, I think, on this other side here. Cut it down to 4. We're making a wedding card, Shalana, because I've had this little note sitting here for a while reminding me to make a wedding card that somebody asked about, and haven't done it yet. So they were teasing me about it last week. So thank you, thank you. And, my mom's kind of struggling a little bit too, and he's had heart issues, and he's had a stroke. So we're lucky so far, but I just want him to be comfortable. So, and you know how things get when you get a little bit older. We had one of his cousins passed away last week, and we had the funeral this past weekend, and so that kind of happened. His and her kids were my age, so it's just my family's old. We have long, good genes. So, Sarah, how are you? All right, I will. She might pop in a little bit. She might have had a meeting. She might pop in towards the end. And hi, Christopher. Um, all right, so we've got that. We need some more funness. Let's see, what should we do? I am going to grab some specialty cardstock here. Don't hate me because I think this might be out of stock. But we're going to grab some snowflake and yellow brick road, or if you don't have a yellow brick road, the spiced would work as well. That's pumpkin pie. Let's see if I can find the spiced. Here's the spiced. Okay, that would work as well. Okay. So I had to do Mama get in the car, drag my mama home screaming. Half the virtual party is sold out already. That is super exciting. We were just discussing that. So we're going to cut out some flowers here. I grabbed the fabulous. Actually, let's not do that. I want to use the doily. We're going to use the doily. So we're going to grab, I think the little one is what I want. The medium one, I mean. There's possible Francie ribbon to tie it all tie it all together. I just got to figure out where I might have some ribbon. It's way across the other side of the room, but we can probably grab some of that too. I think I'm going to use a little bit of this snowflake if you guys don't mind. We're going to cut it down. Now I have not die cut this out of a thicker cardstock like this, so I'm excited to do it because as long as my little die cut machine likes me tonight. So I'm excited for the virtual party or the anniversary party. I'm excited for CYOE. Those are the two things. I never ask for anything for my birthday or Christmas, and I'm like, because that's what I ask for. That's what I do. All right, let's get this cut out. You need to teach. Yes, I do. He's actually outside right now, hoping he's being a good boy. He literally was outside, and he wanted to come in, and he was ready to go back outside 30 seconds later. Okay. This little die cut machine doesn't like me so much, so I'm going to use my big one. I'll be right back, you guys. All right. I hope everyone has some good fun plans planned for the weekend if you have a 3-day weekend. I do. I'm planning on crafting, if you can believe that. Oh my goodness. See, this die cut one. It's okay, Melissa. It happens. It happens. I save and do other instead of going to do some other things. I stopped doing a couple other events so that I could that I used to like. So hi, Crafts and Designs. Is it by Nima? Welcome. Thank you for joining us. I am making a wedding card on the fly because they yelled at me last week and told me that I needed to make the wedding card thing that was sitting on my notes. Ooh, that's nice, Walter. I'm excited because I only have a 3-day work week next week. Because Monday, obviously, I have off. I double checked that with my boss today, which I knew, but I always like to ask. And then Friday is his annual golf tournament. So I get to sit all day Friday at the golf course, and I have to witness if there's a hole in one on hole number 8. So from about 9 o'clock in the morning to about 3:30, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I get to sit in the sun and get suntanned and eat or have adult beverages if I choose, which I'll drive home, so that won't happen. And watch for that. So yeah, no, I won't remind you, T. I promise. All right, guys. So we have got lots of shine going on this card, but I think we need a little bit more color. We need a little bit more like gold. Okay. So I know we have the precious metals, and mine is a little bit older, but I like the doily too. It's these are the precious metals. So mine is a little older piece of it, so it's kind of small. So not the big piece because I've had mine for a little while, but we're gonna cut out some flowers here quick. I think we need some flowers. And I grabbed the Fabulous Florals, and we're gonna cut some of the daisies out. Okay. We need to add just a little bit of more shimmer. Just a couple of barbecues. That sounds like fun. I literally hope to, I'm going to go down and see Tom's mom. She's been having some health issues as well lately. So that's why it's been kind of a double whammy here and for us. And that'll do that on Saturday. I like to do that on Saturday and then take the dog for a walk. And then I'm going to craft and I'm going to craft and I'm going to craft. And that's all I'm going to do. So yes, it does. Yeah, it does. It does emboss. I haven't embossed it before. We're going to stick it underneath. So we're just going to cut it out. I probably could have cut out just a big old circle, from the doily set, and we could have layered that on top, but that would have been really pretty too. We might still change to that if I think this is too busy. But we're going to cut some of these flowers out. Hi, Stacy. How are you? Did you get hit with the storms last night? I hope. I mean, it was near you. It kind of missed us up here. So, oh my goodness, you guys! I have the window open and there's a beautiful breeze coming in. It's just wonderful. So, it will be an amazing weekend. That's what happens, Stacy, when your kids are all finally officially out of the house. Because I know you're getting close. Hi, Don. How are you? Thanks for joining us. So I wanted to stay away from a lot of stamping and coloring. Okay, so this one didn't, I have a spot on my thing that didn't like that. So I thought we would do a lot of die cutting. We did a little stamping, but we're just gonna kind of add a little bit. Oh, that's good because I know that it would be a card swap. Sounds kind of fun. Michelle was sweet enough to show me that I have this little, that she has my card up on the wall with some other people that are a little bit more card famous than me. And it was super sweet. So I'm not sure I'm loving this with the flowers, guys, too much. So I think we're going to change it up a little bit. We're going to cut out one of these big circles. So we're going to edit. I got to use my big machine. Your nephew's graduating this weekend. I actually have 3 graduation parties to go to this weekend as well. So that's going to be part of my day. 2 on Saturday or 1 on Saturday night and 2 on Sunday. My 2 crafty friends that live across the street from each other's kids are graduating. Yes, that's much better. I like that much better. Okay. So we've got this and that, and we need our sentiment. I'm not going to do a whole lot more. We are going to put some ribbon on it. What will I binge? Or somebody else? Oh, I plan on doing and binge watching Saturday. And I am trying to finish up a show called Bull. It's on Paramount Plus. I like that. I'm not quite far enough with that yet. All right, we've got this. We got that. Let's grab some Nacho Mamas. I also want one of these diamonds. So we are going to stamp that out. And I'm going to go crazy because I already put it away and use my block. I got so many things here, guys. It's crazy, crazy. Actually, I lied. We're going to get out our Misty because we're going to stamp this Happy New Year thing out too. We're going to use that on our other card. It's called Bull, Bull. This is the one I spritzed in the air. I don't know if you can see the sparkle. It's just very light. Oh yeah. Hi Candy. Your lives are always so fun. What do you think about putting one of Christopher's gems? Oh yeah, Susan, that's a great idea. Thank you very much. The gems will be, yes, we will be adding a gem of probably one of these big fat crystals. Thank you for that. It's awesome. Bull is stars the guy that used to be on NCIS. Tony DiNozzo was his name, and he is a trial scientist. He's a psychologist, so he helps find out what juries are and things like that, and helps figure out how to win at trials if he can. And it's been very good. So I did stop the craziness because I want to stamp them both at the same time. Okay, we are going to put a little bit of anti-static powder tool because we're going to just go. We're going with the gilded, going crazy. I'm not using gilded sparkle. We're going to use gilded. But we got to use the Happy New Year stamp set. I pulled that out. I wanted to use that. So we're going to use, got the big diamond here. I don't know if we're going to use it, but we're going to get it all out. Yeah, he's a great actor. I'm excited for him to come back to NCIS. And then we're kind of watching this guilty pleasure one that is definitely not for kids. We have 4 episodes to go. And of course, we can't watch it tonight because Caitlin, a lot, Francie, Caitlin Clark plays tonight with Indiana Fever. So we gotta watch her. But we've been watching this older pirate show called Black Sails on Netflix. Now, it is definitely a grown-up show. Definitely a grown-up show. And there are parts that we have definitely skipped over. Oh, okay. That's okay, Melissa. You and I can talk about it later. Maybe I know the reason, but I'm not sure what season I'm in. I'm getting close to being through it, I think. But I'll talk to you about it some other time. So I'm excited to watch that. And I really, 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 really want to finish Black Sails, but we won't be able to tonight because it'll just be too late for me. And let's see, what else have I been watching? Now, I will say that the Happy New Year die is sold out as far as I can tell. I could not find it on the website. So I'm going to use it though because I have it. This was part of a close to create your own ending event a couple years ago. So we're going to die cut these all out. I have seen that. That one's on my list. I have been trying not to start anything new because I can't actually watch anything new while I'm crafting, or I'll stop crafting and watch. So I usually watch Harry Potter or NCIS or something I've seen a billion zillion times, or sports, because I can kind of craft and watch sports because they have the replays. But you can tell how much I haven't used my dies for this yet. So, but I haven't needed a diamond card. So so there's lots of things I like to watch and binge, but usually the last few days when I've been crafting, I've actually just put some music on so that I'm not crafting, because always, like I said, I'll sit here and stare at the television instead of do something. So, and then I sing. And then I sang loudly. I actually was singing with the dog while I was walking him tonight because I had a Bruno Mars song stuck in my head. And this lady, one of my neighbors, was hi. And I was like, oh my gosh, she just heard me singing. Michelle, that is something I thought about doing. Like when I've got together with some of my girlfriends for crafting, like crafting weekends, we have done podcasts and stuff. I just haven't gotten that far yet. Sometimes I do YouTube, but then again, I get stuck watching what's on YouTube and not doing so much of my crafting. So it just kind of hit or miss with me. Like it depends on the weekend. If it's Sunday, usually you're great with quiet. I can have that too. But I like to have noise. I grew up, with 3 brothers and sisters and a big family, and my kids were always making noise or playing video games. So I do prefer noise, but craft quiet is okay. All right, so we've got a couple of options here. We've got the gem, we've got this. We're gonna put the thing on that on here. We got to stamp out a sentiment now. Okay. I know I'm kind of jumping, but we're gonna get these put together after we get it all done. I like to get lots of pieces together and then figure out from there what I'm gonna do. And sometimes I just take my stamps and stick them right on the packaging and then clean them afterwards. Because I can be a lazy crafter. So we are going to use the same sentiment twice. Now, where did I put that? Okay. Yeah, I should probably start listening to audiobooks. I tend to listen to audiobooks when I drive, and then if I don't go very many places, so then I don't get the rest of the book finished because I don't like to listen to them any other time. I don't listen to them when I'm at work. I could, but I just don't. Mostly because I don't know if a book has stuff that's not inappropriate or something, I don't want someone to get upset if they would walk in. So that's why I'm very careful when I watch what I watch on television or videos too. But that I can usually put the captions on. Yeah, I like to have. Oh, Francie, it's my thing. I'll find 3 or 4. Okay, guys, I forgot to anti-static powder tool, so hopefully we're good. I download 3 or 4 of them, and then if I don't know which I'm going to listen to, like if it's I like series, so that if I start one and I can't stand the person speaking or the story just stops interesting me, I can switch to the next audiobook. Like I was listening to the Carrie Fisher memoirs, and I listened to 90% of it, and then I was just like, I just don't want to do anymore. And I do listen sometimes when I walk with my dog, but that just kind of hits or miss too. All right, I didn't do too bad. We're just going to wipe off a little bit up here. And we're going to... So this is from the occasional greeting stamp set, and it just says congratulations on your wedding day. I don't know him, so I'll have to listen. I like romance. I like junior fiction, to be honest with you. So like young adult fiction, things like that in series. I like not necessarily fantasy, but like fae, or werewolf, not necessarily werewolf and vampire per se. I do like romance. I do like mystery. It's just all over. I'll have to figure out what that is. All right, so we're going to feed and boss this. We're doing lots of gold tonight, you guys. Lots of gilded. Awesome. Okay. Like I said, I started the one with Carrie Fisher. It was all about, how she got into Star Wars and this and that and, things that happened during Star Wars. And they were just finishing, I think, the end of the Star Wars film. And I just was kind of like, I'm tired. I would rather, I want to read it instead. Okay, the storyteller. I will look it up and check it out. We're just going to chop this down. And then we're going to maybe do some, this is Not Your Mama's. Just so you know, I'm just using up some Not Your Mama's. I've always had it. I always loved it, but I've really, really, really been in love with it lately. So I've been using it and not going to be afraid to hoard it and not use it. If you didn't have any precious metal cardstock, you could heat emboss with the gilded. Same thing, making a mat or something like that. But all right, so we got congratulate on your wedding day. I think what we're gonna do for this one is I'm gonna go grab some ribbon here quick. I don't know what I got. I am just grabbing some. I have a little bit of gold, but I think the gold will be too much. So I'm just grabbing, these are just cheapy. I mean, look, I paid 99 cents for this once upon a time, probably up at my dad's home store. I'm not sure if I want to use this thin stuff. I think we're going to use the Grosgain stuff. Ellen, have been very getting in. What cozy mystery have you been reading? Because I have been looking for another good one. I'm just going to cut a couple of strands down because we're going to add a little bit of ribbon to both of these. Yeah, that is true. Hi, Mom. We were talking about you earlier. Everyone sends their loves to you. That's Ellen. Or Closed Door, I think, is the other one that I've been hearing lately that is newer to me, which I think helps. So, all right, we're going to throw some ribbon on. I'm just kind of putting them together. Okay. My mom's name is Linda, if you guys are wondering. We're making some wedding cards. Mom knew what I was doing today. So I think we're just this one's gonna be a little bit more on the plain side, but I like it. I like it a lot. So we're just gonna kind of tuck this in a little bit. It's gonna be kind of like this. That looks good for everyone there. And then I think we need something here. Do we need another piece of gold? I don't think I want to use we're gonna cut another piece of gold out. Let's grab another piece of gold. I think I'm gonna use a piece of the glitter stock though, this time. Where'd I put it? There it is. And I'm just gonna cut a circle. We're just gonna cut a big circle out. I'm just gonna use the circle from the, yep, we're just gonna cut a circle out. I will craft a series I don't love. Oh yeah, Christy, that's the kind of the same way I am too. Oh, sorry to quick pull, and I just had a great idea that I think we're gonna also add. We're going to add some more texture. We're going to add lots of texture to this. So this is the Yellow Brick Road, which I think is perfect. I'm not coloring in the champagne glasses. I want to leave them kind of just the way they are. You just finished Murder on something, Mom. You didn't quite finish your story. There, Murder on what, Mom? We are going to grab some fabulous fibers. Fabulous fibers. So this is in the halo. We're going to add some of those too. Okay. Murder in Blue Gingham by Karen Sue Walker. There you go. There's another one for you guys if you want. We're going to add a ribbon on here. We're going to put this actually, we're going to put it over here to the left to cover up where I kind of bit a little thick. We're going to have this congratulations on your wedding day. I think these are coming together pretty good. And we're going to add a little texture and we're going to start putting them together. So if you haven't seen the Fabulous Fibers before, I'm just going to grab some out. Hello, Miss Lisa. And we're just going to throw some of them on and start putting it together. Okay. And I need to grab a couple of card bases. These are going to be white on white card bases. I'm not going to mat them. This is not a card base. We're just going to use these are the pre-cut ones. I love them. They're out of the Perfect Blend paper. They're my favorite card bases. You'll get them in the box. Move this to the side. We're just moving some stuff out of the way. Let's get our ribbon on. Da-da-da-da. I like to use a double-sided tape. Oh, I understand that. You know, it's funny. So there's a website called Freezy Book, I think is something like that. Anyway, every single day I get a free notification of some free books on Amazon. Haven't read any of them yet, but every day I kind of look at them and I just add to cart. And I haven't downloaded them to my Kindle yet, so I'm hoping that I need to start reading one of these days. But I'm gonna have to get glasses here one of these, I think, too. Oh, the in-depth books and Nora Roberts. Oh, she's one of my favorites. If you guys are good like mysteries, fun mysteries, my favorite author of all times, and my mom can attest to this, is the Joanne Fluke books. They are set in Minnesota. They're the Hannah Swenson mysteries. If you've watched any of the Cookie mysteries, if you watch those on Hallmark, they are all set. There's a ton of them, and they are amazingly fun. And the recipes are to die for. They're cookie recipes. She runs a cookie shop, just like on the show, or just like on TV. And the books are fabulous. They're my best. They're so good. These are fun because she always is bumbling and finding the body, and then she ends up helping solve the crime. So yeah, if you have not read Joanne Fluke and the Hannah Swenson mysteries, they are so good. Another favorite of mine, I think my mom turned me on to. Yes, Melissa, but they're an entire series of books. Penny, you need to read them. Yes. I can see her, so I can point at her and say, read them. They're so good. I was so excited when they came out. Um, the Cat Who books, if you like those types of mysteries, they're about a Siamese cat who always solves crime or solves the murder, and they're a fun, loving kind of series too. I haven't read those in a long time. I think the original Lillian Jackson Braun. The original one was written, and then I think if I remember correctly, they a long like years before, and then I don't know, something about they wrote a new one. So all right, I've just been kind of putting this together. Sorry, I've been talking about crafting. I just used some double-sided tape to put the ribbon down on. I'm going to pull this up a little closer so you can kind of see all that shimmery stuff. Michelle, yeah, I can. It's an email you can get. So yeah, I will do that. Um, so you just make sure you're paying it careful, because sometimes when it's a series, Janet, yes, she's good too. They will say, oh, you can get all the books for $7.49, or you get the first one for um, free. But sometimes you can get the second one for free as well. So it just watch that, because I've accidentally gone, oh, now I bought a book that I didn't mean to buy. So, but there are lots of free ones in it, and they have them all done. Yes, Joanne Fluke. And a feel good kind of mystery. I don't know if anyone's ever is um, Karen Kingsbury. She does write some religious books. There were more religious books, but she has a series called The Baxters on it just came out on Prime, and it was awesome. I loved it. And I read those books. Oh, you know what we didn't do? Okay. Do. We got to put some of our fabulous fibers down. We're going to pull that up. Good thing I remembered. All right. What I'm going to do for the fabulous fibers, we're just going to throw a bunch of glue down, and we're going to throw these down here. Thank you. Thank you. Um, I don't really care tons about attaching the fabulous fibers, because I add a lot of stuff on top of it. All right, see, now I'm gonna have to go back and watch and rewrite these down so I can put some of them down, write some of them down. So I'm a sucker for a good series or trilogy. Okay, so you can kind of see those fabulous fibers under there, and they just add some fun. And I only glued down the center of that doily, so there's a little bit of fun play with this little edges. Yes, Penny, those are good too. I haven't read all of them. I've read a lot of them, but not all of them. Let's add some gems. We're going to add a nice big old gem on this one. I'll put a nice big old diamond on here. Watch out, Francie. Are you ready? Got your goggles on? I'm coming. I'm coming for you. Here I come. There we go. I still think that's hilarious. All right. And then because I got a little extra glue, I just take my cloth and I dab underneath. And we need to move it down a little bit so it's a little bit more on that piece. Oh, it came right off. There we go. I'm going to have to leave it alone, so. There's a cookbook for the Joanne Fluke ones as well. I have that one. Okay, so I'm gonna have to leave it alone for a minute because it's on the glitter stock and that doesn't always like to dry right away, so I need to leave it set. So where we got this one, I got one done. It was funny. Every time I think about it now, that's what I think about when I use it. When I use this. We're gonna pour these away quick. Sarah, I will find it and link it for you. It was pretty funny, actually. I will send you the link. I can't remember which one I used it on, but he was live with me, and all of a sudden he looked up and he's like, "Good gracious, what is that?" So he wasn't expecting. Thank you, you guys. The Lake Eden cookbook. Thanks, Mom. You could totally mat this on some gold cardstock for a little bit more gold, but I am almost did it again. We got to add our ribbon first. I want the ribbon over here this time. Look at me, ribbon, 3 cards in a week. I haven't done ribbon on a card in forever. My friend Shannon would be proud of me. I'm not doing a bow though. I don't tie bows very easily. Thank you, T. All right, we're gonna add a little bit more to that. And I don't always take the tape off of it because I don't think that's as important. It's more just to hold that ribbon in place. Yeah, well, he's probably either just maybe he's just watching from home. He is quiet tonight, but maybe something came up. That's okay. All right, this time we're gonna put the fabulous fibers on the top. And so we're gonna put our big piece of gold circle right here. I'm just gonna hold that down for a minute because I've got a little bit of that. I saw a trick today where the maker just knotted a loop, then did the ribbon around and cut the loop. Knotted a loop, and then the ribbon. I tend to take it sometimes and do this and kind of, yeah, like this type of a knot. Is this what you're talking about, T? Like that? I've done that, but oh, I can't make a ribbon to say I'm lucky if I can tie my shoes. Uh-oh. Ambulance just went through town. All right, so we're gonna grab this. This is glitter stock. So we're gonna put a lot of glue on there. Okay, that is about what I do, T, if I'm gonna do something like that. And I'm just gonna kind of pile this all on top of it. And then we're gonna put these down. Yeah, I ribbon and I can't draw a straight line even with a ruler, and I can't tie a bow. I can tie my shoes, but I can't tie a bow. But the loop was directly on the ribbon part of the ribbon. Oh, interesting. Like I said, it's something I've wanted to get better at, but I've just kind of stopped. I'm gonna hold that down for a minute and let that kind of, we got to put our sentiment on here yet, and we'll put some gems on. This time we're going to use the topaz because they're a little bit more goldy, and I want to add more gold to our card. We could actually give a little bit more color, give a little color to our champagne here. And just kind of, it's going to be a little sparkly, but a little bit see-through-y, which will work. I may have to put a little bit more. You might not be able to see this. You can see it in person, but you might not be able to see it on camera. So that's going to take a little bit to glue down because of the glitter stock and the fabulous fibers. Okay. And then we're going to add this, and we're going to put this up here. I'm going to stick it under the ribbon a little bit, try to make it straight across. And then I'll put this here. I let it dry for a couple minutes. So next week is the end of the month. It's the last Wednesday of the month. So I don't know if we're going to use the succulent stuff. Does anyone have any requests while we're sitting there thinking? Otherwise, you know, I'll probably come up with something. Obviously, I always like to do, but yes, it would. And this, you could change it to anniversary. You could change it to love. Oh, that's cool, Melissa. I had a ton of it, and my mom has it all now because I don't use it. I mean, I have some, but it's just the basic colors. I used to have a bunch. I have a few fancy ones for scrapbooking. Like I have some that's like cheerleading on it or soccer to put on some scrapbook pages, and just haven't used it yet. But I have tried to really much downsize. So we're going to go ahead and put the gems right here on these two little dots. And then just add a couple more here and there. 1, 2, and we'll put one up here. All right, get my stick out. Got one here. Oh, it did stick. I'm thinking I need to wipe off the top of my stick. There we go. That's kind of the way I was too, was I didn't touch it for a long time. And then I kind of add things like this, and then I forget about it because it's on the other side of the room. Come on. My stick thingy is not liking me tonight. Wipe it off, wipe it off, wipe it off, wipe it off. I know. I'm going to make sure you go see the eye doctor tomorrow, Francie. Okay? And then, you know, I'm going to bring this with me to CYOE so that when I'm going to come up behind you and I'm going to poke you in the back with it. All right, there we go. Awesome sauce. That would be fun. We need yeah, I can't remember what the name is by the company that makes it. It's her name. This is Tisa. Tisa, Tisa is her name. She sells them in bulk, I guess. But I will bring it, I promise. It's probably the only crafty thing I'm gonna bring. So we'll call it the Francie Poker. Just kidding. All right, guys. That is how we got done tonight. I've got a little extra gem here I could be using. I mean, look at, you could put that on there. That would be really funny. But we're going to leave that below. But here are a couple of wedding cards using some stuff that I already had in my stash that is in stock or only has a couple of things in stock. So, you know, go through your stash and see what you got. That can work, you know, a diamond, a champagne glass, a doily, and some colors. You know, use some vellum, light colors if you are, you know, you could use vellum, things like that. And that. Thank you, Francie. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Walter, Michelle. It's all right. I appreciate you guys all so much for hanging out with me tonight, and I will see you next week. So please have a great evening. Don't forget to check out the virtual anniversary party is half sold out if you want to sign up for that. And I know if you can do create your own ending, I know they were going to be shutting virtual signups. They were going to be cutting that off pretty quick and all that good stuff. So I will see you soon, guys. Have a good night. Bye.